Children were removed from her home after her infant son suffered a broken arm. The boy was in the care of her boyfriend, Anthony, at the time of the injury, but he claimed just a freak accident. However, Sharan's mother, Kathy, says Anthony gets upset when Sharan goes out, and she believes he may have intentionally broke the baby's arm. Take a look.
At first, I was on Anthony's side, but especially after I heard that they had an argument 2 minutes before, now I'm thinking maybe he did do it. My daughter, Sharan, she was out that day, and Anthony apparently was angry at her 2 or 3 minutes before my grandson had his arm broken. What I heard was Anthony had called the 911 because of the boy's arm. He said he was changing his pamper or something, and he went to turn him around, turn him over, and he didn't realize that his hand stayed behind. Called Sharan, told her, and Sharan met him at the hospital. The hospital said the arm was broken, and they believe that Sharan did it because of Sharan's past for violence, but she's never harmed her kids, ever. So once we got to court, they found out that my daughter wasn't even there at the house when it happened. So instead of giving the kids back to her, they kept the kids, and they terminated her rights. Anthony was, first of all, angry that Sharan went out. I don't know what happened. Maybe he was frustrated, I don't know, and just got mad, you know, and turned him over hardly or something, you know. But now I just have my doubts, and I need to know if it was done intentionally or if it was done accidentally.
Right. So I'm saying, you meet Anthony, you love him, and you have a couple kids,
Yeah.
right? And you're pregnant now.
Yes.
And who has your 2 other kids with Anthony now?
They're in the foster system. So they were
they're taken away?
Yeah, they were taken from this incident.
Because of the broken arm?
Because of the broken arm. I had to deal with...
So this isn't even kind of like you trying to get your kids back, even though I know that's what you would like. They've already decided you're not getting them back.
Yeah, well, it's sad because of it's because of my history,
Right.
and then this is a serious injury. I mean, it's a broken arm.
Tell me what happened that day.
Okay, so I received a phone call from my friend, and he's like, hey, can you help me paint the house? We're about to move, and I know it's pretty late, but I know you need some money, and you're the only one I can think of. And I was like, okay. So I did that, and it took me hours. By the time it was like probably 5 in the morning, and I was tired at that time. So I received a phone call from Anthony, and he's pissed off. He's screaming at me, yelling at me, telling me he's going to leave the kids by themselves.
So when he says this to you, what the hell do you say to him?
I said, no, I'm going to be right there. I try to keep it as calm as possible just so that...
Okay, I'm not meaning to be mean here, but he sounds like a total whack job.
Yeah.
What responsible father threatens to leave his 2 babies at home alone?
It couldn't have been 2 minutes, Steve. And I receive another phone call, and I hear my son screaming in the background, top of his lungs. And he's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did. I don't know.
And this is the baby?
I don't know if I think I might dislocated the baby's arm. And I just was like, what? And I was like, you need to right now either take him to the hospital, call the cops, or I'm going to call the cops.
So when you initially hear Anthony say, hey, I think the baby's arm's broke or whatever, you think he did, in your mind,
no, he said dislocated.
But did you, in your mind, believe that he did this on purpose?
At that time, I was like, I hope not. But then when that doctor came in and...
No, but when you first hear him, because he had just called you screaming.
Right. Oh, actually, no, I really did think that he did it. When he called me, it was that phone call that was like...
Do you think he did it now?
That I can't sleep, so I'm thinking that he could have done it. What do you mean you want to tell him?
My kids. I've never hurt my kids before.
You never hurt them, but that day the baby's arm was broken,
That was an accident. I've never hurt my kids.
An accident? Well, we'll see today.
You know that. How many times have you stayed out all night getting all...
Every night when I leave, I paid the bills, though.
Okay, you're going to talk over me because you know the truth.
I paid the bills. Who paid the bills?
I worked 2 jobs. Where did my money go?
Well, your money sucks because your car payment's like $600.
Okay, okay.
You tell me how the baby's arm got broke.
He was eating his bottle.
He was eating it?
He was drinking his bottle.
You were giving him a bottle?
He was propped up on his left side in the bed because I had the bottle propped up in his mouth because I had to take care of him and my other son. It was early in the morning. I'm getting breakfast ready for my other son so he can drink his bottle at the same time. After I got off the phone with her...
Which you were in a very agitated state.
Right.
Right.
And after he finished his bottle, I seen he needed his diaper change, and when I turned him over to his,
you broke his arm?
backside, no. His arm, I heard the pop, and I
But
turned.
you heard a pop. This isn't a dislocated shoulder. This isn't a pop. This is the arm being broke. This is a doctor, a professional medical man who's saying, no, this isn't, you know, some freak accident. The child was intentionally, the arm was broken. Is the doctor wrong?
Yeah, because I've had a doctor testify with me saying, just looking at the reenactment video, saying that it very well could happen the way I say. And the other doctors that
So
said,
the doctor that testified, this was in a court of law?
yes.
And how come they took your kids away then? If you had a doctor come and say, hey, it was an accident, why'd they take your kids away?
I mean,
Because his arm was broken, Anthony.
Because his arm was broken.
It was a serious injury. It wasn't just, you know, a scratch. It was a broken arm, like.
So what happened, Anthony? What really
what happened?
You know what she's going through, Anthony?
Every single
You
day
know what
crying.
she's going through because of you.
You know I
Because
treat
you don't
those
have her
good.
kids.
So,
She's suffering because of it.
okay, when you were living with us, did I ever mistreat my kids?
No, you didn't, but it doesn't
Okay,
make a
I would
difference.
never do that.
I
You
thought
know,
you
just
were the best. I'm telling you, Anthony, when I met you, I really loved you. But then knowing from what I know now, what she told me just a little while ago, that you guys were arguing before, 2 minutes before the baby broke his arm, what am I supposed to believe?
My kids got taken because of you. My son's
Yeah, they're
arm
my
was broken
kids too,
because
all
of
right?
you. We was homeless because of you. There was a lot of things because of you.
And we asked him, that day, did you break your son's arm out of anger or frustration? He answered no. Did your son's arm break because you rolled him over to change his diaper? He answered yes. The results came back the same to each question, and they came back that Anthony did not tell the truth. There's times I've been really angry in my life and have done some stupid stuff.
Steve, I didn't
No,
intentionally hurt
let me
my son.
finish. Let me finish. I was a young man once and I was a hothead. But what I've never done is hurt children, especially my own. You did. You called, you know what the fact is that nobody believes you? Because 2 minutes before you broke your baby's arm, you called her and screaming at her, where are you? What are you doing? You know, so in that, don't tell me in those 2 minutes time that elapsed that you went from this crazy, outraged husband or boyfriend, whatever you want to call yourself, and that 2 minutes later that you were in a nice, calm state, feeding that baby a bottle, and it was accidentally broke. Nobody is gonna believe that. And yes, get the hell out of my studio, and let's throw something at you. Let's get the hell out of here. Okay.
Maybe I'm not have my kids.
You gotta calm down, though. Now, you're a mom, you're gonna be a mom again. And now we gotta worry about this one. Because you know what? You came here today, you didn't learn anything. You knew the truth coming here. Okay? So now, yes, now you have something to arm yourself with saying, this relationship is over. You're not going to take any other kids away from me?
No.
If you stay with him,
No,
that's exactly what's going to happen.
No, that's exactly. I'm not staying with him, Steve. My kids mean more to me
Okay.
than anything. They're my mom. They're my family. Than anything. They're my
And if
baby.
this child means anything more to you, you got to calm down now.
Steve, I cannot believe this right now. Just.
I know. But you got to promise me you're going to do everything to protect this child.
Yeah, I will.
And stay in this child's life.
No, I
and
won't.
not have it taken away from you.
Never.
Okay?
I promise, Steve.
You make me that promise.
I promise.
And you're going to calm down.
Yes,
You promise me.
I promise.
Okay.